Hey guys, I'm Sync!
And I'm Echo.
And we are back playing Phoenix Wright. Justice for all. How to get into this mess? Deja vu, Echo? That's far enough! You can't run forever. Phoenix Wright.
Oh, dear gods. He's having his nightmare again.
What? What have I done wrong? I can't allow you to go on like this. But I'm just a simple defense attorney! Silence! You are no longer worthy of your title.
Dear gods.
I've had this dream before, someplace, some time ago. As if this day was written into my destiny. Today, I'll stand in court as a lawyer to prove a killer innocent.
March 23rd, 9:43 a.m.
Yup.
There's our cell.
Mm-hmm.
Beep.
Hello, this is Phoenix Wright. You don't look so well, dude.
The heck?
You're gonna prove me not guilty today, right? If you please, Mr. Lawyer.
As you bring out your humongous cup wine glass of
Bourbon, probably.
bourbon.
Remember, it's not just me. Your precious friend's life is riding on today's verdict, too.
Now listen up. You better get on guard. Guilty sentence, okay? You get that creepy slug rat and not guilty, I'll never forgive you. Ever.
Maya. Phoenix. Mia!
I thought it was Mia.
Yeah.
Is he gonna comment on this? No?
Maya! How's Maya?
Okay. I don't know.
You don't know?
She hasn't tried to chat to me since yesterday.
Mia, what am I supposed to do?
Well, like I said, for a lawyer, the worst of times are when you have to force your biggest smiles.
But...
You can't give up. There's still some hope left.
Stop it, please! There's nothing left. Not here. Not anywhere. It's a cursed on guard again. Will you leave me alone? Look, don't call me anymore. I mean it. You really mean, pal. Ah, Gumshoe. I'm really sorry. Where are you? They let me join the investigation team, and we're chasing after the killer, pal. Then you have some sort of lead? Sorry, not right now. Right now we've got 0 leads on the guy. But we're not gonna give up. Gumshoe. Until the trial's over, until a verdict is handed down, we're going to do everything we can to find the killer. If we can get Maya out, then you can get on guard the guilty verdict he deserves, pal. It's true, I could do that if they just found Maya first. You got that? You have to do whatever you can to make the trial last longer.
Oh boy.
I have to make this trial last longer. If you go to Mr. Edgeworth with everything you got, then you two can draw it out. Oh, now I get it. I believe in you, pal. You and Mr. Edgeworth can do it. So, believe in us. We're gonna give it all we've got, just like you. Got it. Thanks, Gumshoe.
Babe. Hey, Phoenix. You understand now, don't you? You have something money will never be able to buy. Friendship. It's the strongest weapon in the world and you have it in abundance.
Yeah. Looks like we're coming to the end. I have to make this trial last as long as I can. Gumshoe will come through. I know it.
I'm gonna guess that Will has actually pretty much nothing and we're using him as a dead end and we're just like gonna leech off of him to like try to like make this trial last as long as possible.
Possibly?
Because he was with us the entire time. What could he have possibly saw that we didn't see? There's Mia in Fro's body.
Court is now in session for the trial of Matt on guard.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Now, as I recall, we concluded yesterday's session with a big old mystery on our hands. The mystery being, what exactly was Miss Adrian Andrews' role in this murder? That is to say, is she really connected to the crime itself? Mr. Edgeworth, would you please inform the court for today's proceedings? Adrian Andrews. She forged evidence that threw suspicion on Mr. Ungard, and then proceeded to escape the crime scene by wearing a nickel samurai costume. The guilt of these actions are those of which she cannot escape. Then you're saying that she's guilty after all. I'm not finished, Your Honor. Miss Andrews has nothing to do with committing the actual murder. I would like to direct the court's attention to this card.
Oh boy.
What is that? Looks like a shell. This is a calling card of a certain assassin. Assassin, you say? Juan Corda was killed by a professional assassin. And the person who hired this assassin, his client, so to speak, is Matt on guard. What a surprising turn of events.
That finger waggle.
I would think it's become commonplace by now, Your Honor.
Yeah, like actually.
Yeah.
I know what's going on this time. So I know that everything Edward has said is true. But we still have to hold out as long as we can. At least, until Maya's safe and sound. I wonder how the trial will turn out today.
Now then, please call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls the defendant's mentor, Mr. Will Powers, to the stand.
Mentor, huh? Still in a suit.
Now then, witness, your name and occupation, please. Oh, okay. I'm Will Powers. I'm a poor underpaid action star.
What? You're underpaid? Bullcrap. Are you serious?
And what is your relation to the defendant? Well, I guess I'm sort of a lousy mentor to him in a way. Yeah. Mr. Powers, please, you don't need to put yourself down so much. I'm sorry. Well, I'm just kind of a nothing sort of guy.
No, you're not. Oh my gosh. Someone help this poor man.
On the night of this murder, you visited the defendant's room.
Was that after he separated from us, being like, I'll try to figure out what's going on for now?
Mm-hmm.
I remember when we got to the stage, he kind of broke off after they were like, everyone, don't go, everyone, stage show is canceled, blah blah blah, and all that shit.
Is this correct? Yes.
I didn't know that.
But I didn't actually get to see Matt when I went in. All you need to do is answer the questions you're asked. Now then, I would like you to please testify about when you went to Mr. Ungard's room. Okay, sure.
Oh boy.
Visit to Matt's room. After the award ceremony, I went to Matt's room. Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume.
Wait, this is after the awards ceremony.
He was talking with someone. At first, I thought he was the bellboy. I was watching the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. I had guests with me that night, and I couldn't make them wait for me.
Wait, when was this? I know we waited to the hallway after the award ceremony, but he didn't go with us.
No,
we didn't see Matt.
He went a different time. Yeah.
No, he stayed in the Viola Hall.
Yeah. Well.
When was this?
It happened. Nothing sounds out of place in Mr. Powers' testimony.
I guess that may have been when he went to check up on what was happening with the police, but And talking with the bellboy is no big deal. Excuse you. How do you know that?
If one assumes that the person Mr. Ungard was speaking with was an ordinary bellboy,
Phoenix?
well, what are you implying? Well, Mr. Wright, let's have your cross-examination, shall we?
Looks like we're in another sticky situation.
Huh?
A trap. Can't you smell it, Phoenix? But first, to find out more, we're just going to have to charge in head first, right? Visits to Matt's room. After the award ceremony, went by myself. The defendant's room. Why did you go there?
Well, I'm his mentor, like a sort of big brother. And I wanted to say congrats. What's wrong? Why did you stop? Mr. Wright?
What is it?
You're gonna try to trick me into a corner, aren't you?
Huh?
I know I'm just poor underpaid action star, but I'm not the killer.
No one said you were Mr. Powers.
No, please, don't trick me. Every time you do your lawyer thing, the witness suddenly turns into the bad guy.
Every time?
Witness, I will personally talk to the defense at a later time. So for now, please kindly cooperate and continue with your testimony.
No, stop cooperating so that we can draw out this thing.
So sorry. So you went to the defendant's room, and then?
Hey, wait a minute! How did I suddenly turn into the bad guy here?
Still in the room, like a samurai. He was talking with someone at first. I thought it was the bellboy.
Why did you thought? At first? What do you mean by that?
Well, he was in a bellboy-ish uniform and had a bottle of juice on a tray. Sounds like
an ordinary bellboy to me.
Yeah, but I didn't think he was a normal bellboy.
And why was that?
Why did I think that, Mr. Wright?
How am I supposed to know?
Sorry, I just can't remember right now. Sorry.
I guess I'm going to have to wait patiently on this one. You saw the two of them, the bellboy and the defendant, together, correct?
Yeah, the bellboy just wanted to say congrats.
Now, while you were watching the two of them, did you notice anything strange?
I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, he gave the bellboy a tip.
A tip? But that's a perfectly normal thing to do, unless you're Matt on guard and who don't tip, I guess.
So how long did you watch the two of them? No more than a minute or two, I think. This is one that you have to press and then go back to a different thing to press.
At first, what do you mean by that?
I didn't think he was a normal bellboy.
And why was that?
Why did I think that again, Mr. Wright?
How am I supposed to know? Hey, wait a second. Actually, Mr. Powers, only a few minutes ago you stated...
I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, he gave the bellboy a tip.
Could it be that you felt something strange about the tip-giving incident itself?
Yeah, that's it. You really know your job. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. This bellboy, he wasn't an ordinary one, was he? Perhaps we should let the witness tell us. Very well.
Draw out this court case.
Mr. Powers, please amend your testimony. You mean about the bellboy, right?
Matt gave the bellboy a tip.
I'm gonna press on that.
I don't know. I know we have nothing to counter that, but I still wanted to see. So he gave the bellboy a tip. What's so strange about that?
Well, you see, Matt's not a poor penny pincher like me. I was trying to figure out how much it was because the tip really shocked me.
How much it was?
Because when something's even more, because that's when something even more surprising happened. The bellboy was putting the tip he got in his pocket. And that's when I got my first good look at the guy's face. I was really shocked. I'm afraid I don't follow at all.
It sounds like Mr. Powers was surprised twice by this event. I wonder which of his shocking moments I should ask about.
Probably, well, how about the tip? If he was shocked about that was the first thing he mentioned was the tip.
The defendant is a huge star. He can afford to give generous tips. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, sure. But giving him that much was probably a bit too much, I think.
A little too much?
Would you please clarify for the court? How much would you say the defendant gave the bellboy? Honestly, I don't know. I can't even begin to guess. And why's that? Because he gave the bellboy a really, really fat roll of cash.
A roll of cash? Oh, he's all timid.
Well, how interesting. That certainly was a very generous tip, wasn't it? A very fat roll of cash. That can be hardly called a tip, Your Honor.
That's like your month's salary or something.
The judge is beginning to look awfully suspicious of us.
Raise an objection and wait and see. Wait, why is he being suspicious of us? Why us? We're not the one. Okay. Oh yeah, our clan is the one who got the chat. Right. I guess we'll raise an objection. I mean, there's no bar, so I'm just gonna do it. The defendant is a superstar. That kind of tip is typical fare for people like him.
Are you saying that all superstars are super spenders? If I could receive a large rolls of cash by simply bringing people things on trays, then why on earth would I stand here around here prosecuting?
He's got a point. I don't even get paid. What? What? How are you alive, Phoenix? How do you still have that office?
I begin to think at this point that Phoenix Wright is a charity service, a charity donation service.
I don't even get paid, let alone rolls of cash for all my hard work.
So surprising that the roll of cash was not a tip.
Supposing,
yes. Then what was it? Payment, Your Honor. Payment? Isn't it obvious? For the murder of Mr. Juan Corda. Then the bellboy the witness saw. Yes, he is the assassin. Hold your horses now, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't you have any proof of this? Do you? Have I ever been unprepared to support my claims, Your Honor? I have here the card Shelley the killer left at the scene of the crime. Shelley? The killer? He is a person of the police's special investigation teams has been chasing for ages. I am certain that the person the witness saw is this very assassin, Shelley the killer. Really? What's wrong, Mr. Powers? No, nothing. Something clicked in my head. I think I'd started to figure something out. Oh? Actually, I saw that bellboy again later on that night.
What?
Phoenix, you know this.
Phoenix!
Mr. Powers, please, testify. Tell us what you saw. Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
It was when he brought Meyer away. The second time!
This time I was in the hall. This time I was in that hallway because I had to go to the bathroom. And that's when the bellboy I saw came out of the room. Okay, so it's not the same thing.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Of course, when I say room, I mean Juan Corda's room. Now that I think about it, that bellboy did seem out of place. Yeah, so he had to be the assassin. I'm sure of it. I mean
what?
Thank you very much. That's all we need for now. Huh? But I'm not done. There's still more. Let us first establish that the bellboy was truly Mr. the Killer. Then we shall see.
Oh my gosh. I'm pretty sure he's doing this on purpose.
To draw it out, yeah. So the bellboy came out of the victim's room. And that bellboy was really the assassin. Then I think the answer is fairly obvious. That would be correct, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, I believe it's your turn to entertain and make us laugh.
He's making a fool out of Phoenix.
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha. There's no laughing matter. Jeez. Mia knows what's up. Time, because I had to go to the bathroom. That's when the bellboys already came out of the room. Oops! B goes back where it came. John Corda's room. But this seemed kind of out of place. Had to be the assassin. Oh, okay, so the last part was, in that case, if that bellboy was the assassin, it would be really bad for us. But he really is the assassin, you know? Yes, but you can't give in yet. If you want to prolong this trial for as long as possible, you're going to have to pull some cheap tricks on this one. I'm sorry, Will.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I want to check that one.
Yeah, you're right.
So what exactly was so out of place about him?
Right. Why the insipid grin?
Maybe because I have no idea what damaging thing he's going to say next.
Oh, well, the bellboy was empty-handed.
Empty-handed?
That bellboy was one of those room service people, right? When he wasn't pushing a cart, he wasn't even pushing a cart. He wasn't holding a tray either. You'd call that a little strange, too, wouldn't you? I agree. That is a bit strange, Mr. Powers.
But is it really that unusual for a bellboy to be empty-handed? What should I do? Should I let Mr. Powers' testimony slide, or try to pull that one?
Yeah. You want to try to delay everything?
There's nothing strange or unusual about an empty-handed bellboy.
But there really is.
There really isn't. Oh my gosh.
If you two are done being school children, bellboys are for room service. There is no reason for them to be empty-handed ever.
What if they're just bringing stuff?
Your Honor, I asked for the witness's previous statements to be supplemented with a new one. Supplanted.
Edgeworth. Are you going to do whatever you can to make the bellboy look suspicious?
I see. Very well. This court recognizes and grants the prosecution's request. Mr. Powers, if you could amend your testimony, please. Yes, sir. Bellboy came out of a guest hotel empty-handed.
I just want to look at myself. I'm not going to present. I swear if I press Y by accident. That's what I thought. If they brought... I saw the tomato juice. I was like, oh, if he brought the thing, it makes sense for him to leave empty-handed, because there's no way for me to finish this, like, wine bottle worth of tomato juice in one sitting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mr. Powers.
Yes?
You're easily influenced by other people's words, aren't you? Oh, smack. As soon as you heard that the bellboy might have been the killer, you got caught up in believing it must be true.
But, isn't he really suspicious? He's got all those stitches and...
So, a baseball has stitches? Are you saying that all baseballs are suspicious because they have stitches?
Well, there's also, what about him being empty-handed?
I would like to ask the court to please take a look here.
This is the crime scene.
There is a wine glass sitting next to Mr. Corda's body. The liquid inside this glass is tomato juice. And now, if you would look at what is on top of the table in the lower right corner here, anyone could clearly see that is a tray with a bottle of tomato juice on it. The bellboy had just brought this to Mr. Corda's room. He left the tray in the room, which is why he was empty-handed when he left.
But that would mean that the bellboy had seen and left a dead body in the room.
But can you prove that Mr. Corda was already dead at that time?
Mr. Edgeworth? Yes. I blame you for leading me down this route.
Oh! The first time the prosecution got blamed for something.
I'm terribly sorry.
What is with him? Why is he laughing?
Witness, isn't there one more thing you'd like to share with us? Is there? The bellboy was empty-handed, or should I say empty-handed. I recall you had something interesting to say about his hands. Oh yeah, I almost forgot.
Huh? What?
That bellboy, he was wearing gloves.
Gloves?
Yeah, pitch black, leather ones. All the bellboys don't wear gloves like that, huh? Right? Black leather gloves. Why didn't you mention them earlier? Sorry, it slipped my mind.
Ugh! Boy, does this make the bellboy look really suspicious. Alright, got to focus. I can't get lax here. So what if he had gloves? A lot of bellboys wear gloves.
Come on now, Mr. Wright. That bellboy was wearing black leather ones.
So, a football is made of lead. Oh my gosh, Phoenix. Are you saying all footballs are suspicious because they are made of leather?
But the man, he received a large roll of cash from the defendant. And then he was seen leaving the crime scene wearing black leather gloves.
How did this guy not notice Will?
I don't think that even someone like myself can believe he was anything. He was just a bellboy.
Ugh.
It seems that we have finally come to an understanding. Now then, witness, please continue with the rest of your testimony.
The rest?
Oh yes, please tell us more. Okay. Alright, their second meeting. We will start that in the next episode. We will see you guys then.
Bye.